All right, so yesterday we were talking about rectangles. Imagine I have a rectangle. Let's go red. Let's imagine I have a rectangle like this. And then say my rectangle is 4 by 6. Okay, so there's my 90-degree corners right here, 4 by 6. So what we said yesterday was we're going to multiply this. So my rectangle will be 24. But let's say I came over and I wanted to cut my rectangle in 2 parts. I'm going to go through here. Remember, the whole 12 was 24. The whole rectangle was 24. So can I just say that I broke it into 12 and 12, right? I broke it into half. Now, one interesting thing is that the half of a rectangle, if I look at this, I'm looking at the half of a rectangle. I'm going to say that looks like a triangle. And yeah, a triangle is half of a rectangle. I know for a rectangle, I have to multiply my two numbers that meet at the 90-degree corner. So in this case, 4 times 6. But a triangle, it's half of a rectangle. So my answer, I'm going to divide it by 2. Again, divided by 2 because a triangle is half of a rectangle. Now here, find the area of each. So it's a triangle. I'm going to look for the 90-degree corner. Right here, it's made by 4.7 and 6. Sometimes my 90-degree corner might be outside of my triangle, like we see number 10. Sometimes it could be inside of the triangle, like we see number 11. Or it could be at a corner, like we see number 12. Okay, so here it's outside of the triangle. So I'm going to multiply those two numbers. My area, I'm going to say A for the area of my triangle is going to be 4.7 times 6. But I know 4.7 times 6 gives me the area of a rectangle. Whatever I get, let me divide this by 2 because a triangle is half of a rectangle. So I'm just going to go my calculator, 4.7 times 6 divided by 2. My answer in this case is 14.1. I look at my instructions. Find the area of each. It doesn't say anything about rounding. So whatever I get, as many decimal places I get, I'm just going to leave them there. Okay. Let me fix my microphone here. Okay, so it's fixed now.
Now, number 11, my 90-degree corner is made by 5.4 and 7. So I'm looking at my 90-degree corner. I'm going to multiply those two numbers, 5.4 times 7. Those are the only two numbers. I don't have to use everything else. Notice this 6 and this 7 I did not use. Only the two numbers that meet at the 90-degree corner. But because it's a triangle, let me divide this by 2. So I'm going to go 5.4 times 7 divided by 2. It gives me 18.9. My instructions were not asking me to round, so just 18.9. Number 42, my 90-degree corner is right here. The two numbers that meet there are 6 and 8. So I'm going to multiply 6 times 8. But because it's a triangle, I have to divide this by 2. I know 6 times 8 is 48, divided by 2 is 24. So multiply the two numbers that meet at the 90-degree corner and divide by 2. Question number 13, my 90-degree corner, I see it. It's made by the numbers 6.8 and 11.7. So I'm just going to go 6.8 times 11.7. I know that gives me the area of a rectangle. So whatever I get, I'm going to divide this by 2 because a triangle, it's half of a rectangle. So 6.8 times 11.7, it's equal to 79.6. So let me see, 6.8 times 11.7 79.56. Divide this by 2. Don't forget to divide by 2. So my answer is 39.78. If the instructions say round it to the nearest tenth, well, 39.8. If it doesn't say round, then don't round. 39.78. All right, let's take a look at number 14. Find the missing measurement. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So now we have to round it to 1 decimal place. My 90-degree angle, it's made by 10.1 and x. That question mark, I call it x. So I'm just going to say 10.1 times x divided by 2 is going to equal to 50, right? Because the area is 50. Okay, so if you don't like fractions, get rid of them. The way I'm going to get rid of fractions, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So cancel that fraction out. So now I have 10.1 times x is equal to 100. Right, 50 times 2. Yeah, my 50 got bigger, but at least I have no fractions. Now let me divide by 10.1. So I want the x by itself. So 100 divided by 10.1. According to my calculator, rounded to 1 decimal place, I'm going to have 9.9. I have to round now because it does say rounded to the nearest tenth. All right, so number 15. My 90-degree angle is made by x. Remember that question mark, I call it x. And 9.1. So I'm just going to go 9.1 times x divided by 2. The area is 27.8. The one fraction, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So cancel that out. So I have 9.1 times x. It's equal to, I know 27.8 times 2 is 55.6. Now let me divide by 9.1. 55.6 divided by 9.1. Rounded to 1 decimal place, I'm going to get 6.1. Now number 16. My 90-degree angle is made by 9.1 and x. Remember that the question mark, I call it x. So I know I have to go 9.1 times x divided by 2 is equal to, the area is 41.4. Let me get rid of fractions. So let me multiply both sides by 2, so that cancels out. So I have 9.1 times x is equal to 82.8. Let me divide by 9.1. So I get x is equal to, rounded to 1 decimal place, I'm going to get 9.1. Now number 17. Here's my x. My 90-degree angle is made by x and 5. So I'm going to say 5 times x divided by 2 is equal to 20.3. All right, let me get rid of fractions. So let me multiply both sides by 2. So that gives me that 5 times x is equal to 40.3. I mean 0.6. Now let me divide by 5. 40.6 divided by 5 is rounded to 1 decimal place. So it's going to give me 8.1.